Management of project change, OP procedure. Objective, to provide instructions for the proper identification, documentation, and processing of project variances and change orders. Applicability, this procedure applies to all projects managed by the company. Custodian, Project Management Office. Key objectives, early identification of all changes such as scope development, performance planning, etc. Provide a simple process that allows anyone on a project to identify and notify a potential change. Effective management, planning, and control of projects. Expedite the resolution of change impacts. Ensure that the project control system is maintained to define the current scope, forecast, and plans on an ongoing basis. Ensure compliance with the requirements of the contract. Principles. The company uses the control estimate to provide cost management from the beginning of a project. The control estimate is the as-bid or as-funded estimate and includes initial adjustments necessary to finalize the account breakdown for use to control the project. The control estimate becomes the baseline or original budget to which all variances are applied. Similarly, the baseline schedule is used as the basis to which all schedule variations are applied. Any member of the project team can alert the project of a variance by submitting a project variance form. The project team must make every effort to minimize the impact of changes to project cost, schedule, and execution. Identify possible changes to the client in a timely fashion. Timely submission of project change requests and the diplomatic and timely response to client-initiated change requests are mandatory to maintain positive client relations and ensure the potential to recover the costs in time. Process steps. 1. Identification of potential change. 1.1 Identify potential change. Recognize the need for a change to a key document. Typical key documents include PFDs, P&IDs, plot plans, equipment lists, line lists, single-line diagrams, hazardous area classification drawings, basis of design, and work release packages. 1.2 Determine if change is to a key document. Major cosmetic changes or drawing rearrangements for legibility may still require a project variance notification, PVN, if they could be misleading or confusing to users. 1.3 Determine importance of change for users. Changes to some documents, although not classified as key, still require communication to users via the PVN process. Changes to any documents issued to suppliers or contractors should be considered for PVN. 1.4 Proceed with change implementation if PVN is not required. If PVN is not required, proceed with the change implementation. 2. Changes to key documents. 2.1 Obtain verbal approval to raise a PVN. Include a description of and justification for the change. Verbal approval confirms this is a justified change. 2.2 Complete and register the PVN. Refer to the Project Variance Notification PVN Index. 2.3 Photocopy the key document master and mark proposed changes in red, cloud changes in red. Mark deletions using neat 45-degree hatching. 2.4 Mark PVN number on the copy in a circle adjacent to the marked change. The PVN number is the sequential numbering system used for the PVNs raised on a project. 2.5 Attach mark master key document to the PVN. Discipline and safety reviews. 3.1 Review PVN and distribute copies for comment. Distribute to each discipline lead affected by the potential change. Copies may be circulated in parallel or series as appropriate. 3.2 Assess impact of PVN. Consider which documents, downstream contracts, and purchase orders will be affected and the impact on cost and/or schedule. 3.3 Markup documents attached to PVN with comments. Sign PVN form and return to originator. List all affected documents on the markup. Project engineer assists by expediting comments from discipline leads. 3.4 Consolidate discipline comments. Originators lead discipline engineer, LDE, and project engineer may help with resolving any disputable comments. 3.5 Determine if HAZOP and/or safety review is required. Decision for HAZOP is made in consultation with the lead process engineer. Decision for another type of safety review is made in consultation with relevant discipline leads. 3.6 Organize HAZOP and/or safety review if required. Update PVN form when HAZOP and/or safety review is complete. Coordinate resolution of disputed safety issues. If any disputed safety issues arise, coordinate their resolution. Project management review. 4.1. Review and approve consolidated PVN. Discipline leads from all affected disciplines should have the opportunity to view and countersign the consolidated comments. 4.2. Update PVN index with status. It may be helpful if the PVN number is recorded against each of the affected documents in the document management system until the change has been incorporated. 4.3. Mark PVN as deleted and retain in history file if not approved. Cease further work on the PVN, mark as deleted, and update the PVN index. 4.4. Determine if a project variance is required. A variance is required where a change is deemed to have materially altered the contracted scope of work and/or the plan to satisfy this scope of work in terms of budget and schedule. 4.5. Raise a project variance if required. Record project variance notification PVN number on the PVN form. 5. Approvals to implement change. 5.1. Ensure variance is approved if required. Confirm that the variance has been approved before proceeding. 5.2. Distribute PVN to project team. Distribute the approved PVN to the project team. 5.3. Mark PVN as canceled if variance is not approved. Mark PVN as canceled and distribute to the project team. Cease further work on the PVN and retain it in the history file. Update the PVN index. 6. Implement change. 6.1. Implement change into next formal revision of affected documents. Incorporate the change into the next formal revision of affected documents. 6.2. File PVN in history file and update PVN index. Ensure the PVN is filed in the history file and the PVN index is updated accordingly. Deliverables. Project Variance Notification Form. Project Variance Register. Project Change Request Form. Project Change Request Register. By following these structured steps, the Management of Project Change (MOPC) procedure ensures comprehensive and consistent documentation and management of changes to key documents, supporting effective project execution and communication.